Okay, my friends, let's do this. So I've got this 2021 Ty Gibbs unsponsored number 54 Charlotte win from last year, and I'm just kind of putting the finishing touches on it. I'm going to apply some Dullcote, which will be the first coat. But when I say finishing touches, the car is done. I'm not doing anything more with the car. And now I just need to put this label on this, right? So this is a repurposed M2 display case. Got them off of eBay. I think I got like a 24 pack for like $48-50. So about $2 a piece for these things. And if you've seen my videos, I tie them together, or I affix the car to the base plate here with some telephone wire. Using what's available, right? I went with green. There's brown and green and blue and orange. Those are the four colors of the 8 twisted pairs in a telephone string of telephone cable. And so wrap it around the axles, fish it through underneath, twist them together, and it holds them good. I haven't really had any problems. I had one problem, but that was with something else. So now I'm going to put the label on, and I just basically, it's pretty simple, right? Just use Google Docs. I've got a Microsoft Word file. I black the background, and I type up this font. It's italics, and I sized it to what can fit within this little space here, both up and down, right? The point size and how long I can make it. And so right now I'm just trimming it up, and I'm gonna looks like I did pretty good with the left and right. And basically what I try to do, right, is I just try to make it symmetrical as best as I can. So I have this space over here. This looks a little bit further apart over here, so I'm going to cut just a little bit off of that side. Yeah, I'm not doing any crazy, measuring, laser guided stuff, anything like that. I'm just eyeballing it. And then we're going to cut across the top here. And again, I'm trying to do symmetrical, but to me it's going to be a little thick, so I think I'm going to have to trim the bottom. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm trying to keep my distance all the way across the same. And I'm saying the distance between the scissors and the lettering. That's kind of what I'm eyeing. Like so. And it's a little bit too tall on the bottom, the distance there, so I'm going to try to cut across the bottom. Just shave a little bit off of this bottom to make it, to make the lettering symmetrical, the distance from, on the top side to the bottom side. Sometimes I cut straight, sometimes I don't, but I try to do that. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it across here with these little scissors, and yeah, so I cut off just a tiny bit there, and it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, right? So I want to get that in there. Again, it's always good to dry fit it, and this tells me is now I can figure out where I need to start it, and I start on one side and go to the other. So let's pull off the backing. This can be fun sometimes. Yeah, just a nice, relaxing Sunday. Try not to do anything too crazy on Sundays. You have some family time, go to church and worship the Lord, which, one of my favorite scriptures, Exodus 20 and verse 6. For the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and he rested on the 7th day. I think it says, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested on the 7th day. The Sabbath day made it holy. It's funny, it's not that God was tired, right? That he needed to rest. God does things sometimes for reasons we don't quite understand, but he did it for our example. that we would work 6 days and rest on the 7th day. Yeah. So I kind of have some family time in the morning and in the afternoon. I say family time, just spending time with family, right? And then after church, we go to church, we worship together as a family, and then after church, we usually have lunch together. We might play a game. Sometimes we go for a drive, do some stuff. And we come back, and NASCAR now starts around 3 o'clock on the East Coast. So it's kind of convenient. By the time 2:30, 3 o'clock roll around, the girls are off doing their own thing. They're playing video games or talking to their friends or whatever, taking a nap, whatever. So now I just, gravitate into the basement, work on my hobby a little bit. Maybe I'll take a nap. Most of the time I'll, of course, sit and watch the NASCAR race. And that's the great thing about a DVR is I can pause it. That's what I'm doing right now. I pause the race, and I'm putting some finishing touches on this car and doing a video. Yeah. So that's what's up. That's my Sunday. All right, so let's shake this up. So this is the Dullcote, the Testors Dullcote top coat finish. And I started shaking it, sorry. But it actually separates. If you saw it sitting there, it'll separate. It'll be like cloudy on the bottom and clear on the top. Now you got to shake this up really good. You do not want to mess around with not shaking this up properly. And you want to use a clean brush. And when I say clean, if you can see this brush, this is the brush I use regularly, and it's clean. I clean it out with paint thinner, and it's nice. It's not all stiff and messy, right? Flows nice. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, I clean it really well. I was messing around with some other stuff. I was doing some soldering and just messing around with some circuit boards, and I was using a brush to put some isopropyl alcohol on the board and just cleaning it up a little bit. And stupid me, right? My brush was not clean. And I had to mess to clean up my circuit board. And then I said, okay, stop, back out, reverse, and let's clean this brush, or let's get a different brush, and then get back to work. So I had to kind of clean up my mess. But I say all that because you guys want to make sure you use clean stuff when you're doing this. All right, so this is well shaken. Here's my paint thinner. So this is well shaken. Yeah, used to be $4.49. Who knows what it is now? Probably $5.99 or $6.49. Who knows? Okay. So, just so you know, and I said this, I think in my last video. Built this car, water slide decals. I put 4 coats of clear sealer on this car. You do not want to apply this without a good base of clear sealer covering up these decals, because this stuff will chew up your decals. It's an oil based, so you have to use paint thinner to work with this stuff. But you do not want to put this straight on top of your water slide decals. You will have problems, guys. So heed that warning, okay? And I don't want to get it on the windows or that area, okay? I want to just get it on the painted surface here, because I would like the windows to stay glossy. And I can go back over it with whatchamacallit, with the clear sealer, but you really don't want to rely on that. So when you're applying this, you kind of want to work quickly and work in zones or areas, and try to look for little fuzzies so you can get rid of those. I saw a little fuzzy. It was a little red fuzzy on that 54 there. So I'm kind of working in zones. So I got the top done. And once it stuff dries pretty quickly, So you don't want to mess with it. Once that area dries, you do not want to go back over it. Just let it. I'm sorry. Once you've worked an area, don't try to go back over it until it fully dries. And it takes, a little while for it to fully dry. But if you try to go over it when it's in the process of drying, it'll look stupid. It'll smudge. And yeah, it's not so great. Alright, so let's get this trunk area here. And I apologize if the lighting isn't just perfect as I'm going over this. But and I've said this before as I've done videos on showing you guys how to do this, or at least how I do it. You guys do it any way you want to. That's the joy of this hobby, right? You can do it however you want. The issue is normally I like to, kind of work slow and methodical. But with this stuff, you really can't do that. I mean, you can be thorough, but you kind of have to work, I don't want to say quickly, but you kind of have to work at a good pace. Because, like I said, this dries quickly. And where you overlap seams, it will show a little bit if it dries on you. So like right in this area, you can tell if it's got 2 coats or 1 coat. I always try to get like a full coverage on this stuff with 1 coat, but I always miss a spot. I always do. I hate it. And then once, and you kind of have to, you only notice it when you go back to look at it after it's dried, and you're like, ah, crap, I missed a little spot there or where. One good thing I've learned is these, the hood. So I try to stay along the hood lines, because the hood lines can hide those overlapping seams. So if I want to do like just this fender here, just like this little zone here, I can save the hood for later. So kind of work my way along that hood line there. Yeah, try to keep it off the tires too. That's the other thing. Alright, now let's hit this hood. Try not to get it on the windshield here, but I need to get it down into this little crevice, so just got to be careful. Now let's bring it down here. Yeah, happy with how that worked out. Okay, pretty happy with that. You can see how it's already drying on the hood or the roof in the back there. Alright, let's do this side. Okay. Right in this little area here. Now, I'll say this. Sure, that bottle is $5 or whatever it is, right? I pay $4.50. But you know what, guys? Practice with it. Get one of your cars, maybe before you strip it, and just practice with it. and hone your skill there. I was telling my daughter this earlier. Practice makes perfect. She wants to play volleyball. Okay, well, you better be playing volleyball. Don't just try to go out for the team. You got to practice. And, before you do it for real, you better practice. So, if you aren't confident in how to do this, get a car and practice. You'll screw up. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Dude, I have screwed up so many times. I've made thousands of cars. You know how many times I've screwed up? I've screwed up so many times. I can see a screw up right now. Look at that. Look at that. I got it too heavy. And it's dripped down. Dang it. So I'm just going to let it dry, right? If I tried to do this, then you'd see all these brush strokes. I just got to let it dry now. So, that stinks. Got a little bit too heavy there, and it ran down the side. The front looks pretty good. You can see how quickly it's drying. I think I did pretty good on the roof and the trunk there. I don't think I got it on the... Didn't really get it on the windows, on the sides. That's good. Oh, I can see a little spot right around here. Right around there I didn't get so tight around that window. You see that? See a little gloss around there? Yeah. But this is disappointing right there. That stinks. How are we doing on the back? Back looks good. Happy with that. Side looks pretty good as it's drying. So all in all, oh yeah, look at that. I didn't do good around that window at all. I missed that completely. Oh yeah, and look at that. Right across the top, right above that 54. That's all gloss. I completely missed that. This isn't good right there. There's gloss there. I missed that. Okay. So, to me, this is like a C minus. Not happy at all. I'm not happy at all with this. That's the worst. That's like a C. That's not good. It'll dry. You won't be able to see it a whole lot, but I can come back and I can touch up around these windows. And that's not that big of a deal. I got the roof lines fairly well. Probably need to get in there a little bit more. So, if I'm grading myself, given my expectations, dude, that's a C minus. Ugh. Alright, so, whatever. Let's get this in here. And we'll just kind of let that sit in there for a minute. Yeah, so you've seen it. You can see maybe some positives and some negatives of how to do this. But take your time. Practice up. And yeah, go for it, man. This is a great product. I really like it. To me, it's the best matte finish product I've ever used, and so you can be successful, especially with these monster cars and some of these. The black matte finish is like really popular. Of course, you guys know that. I haven't seen too many other matte finishes, but the black is what I use most for it, and yeah. I will, like I said, let this dry probably at least another half hour, and then I'll come back and I'll touch up these areas. I'll see about what this looks like on the side there, and I guess the only saving grace is it's on the back side, and then we'll be slapping this, or I won't say slapping, but we'll be calling this finished, and I'll take some pictures and put it up on eBay tonight. So, alright guys, that's my Testors Dullcote for Ty Gibbs tutorial. Hope it was helpful. You saw some good things and some bad things. So go and do great things with your custom hobby. Alright, God bless. Talk to you soon.